Hi everyone and welcome back. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer. This is Motorcycle Rescuer. So guys, I don't know how these are going to come out. I've used sandpaper and a wire brush and anything else I could. I'm basically going to start dropping black onto it from a distance, building it up slowly in hope that I want to be able to get around this, in hope that it layers up. They're smoother than they look, but I also know things show up quite easily. I've scuffed that big time with sandpaper, so adhesion should be okay. I have some primer, but I don't want to use that other one again from last time because it messed me up. So basically I'm going to start dropping black on this in hope that it does adhere okay, and I'll check anyway. If I can get a nice black base, I want to get red inside the Kawasaki, so that before clear coat. So I'm going to test on these to see if the black is ready to take, basically. I should actually tape up the I've already taped up the window in there actually. Yeah, I've got a couple more bits of taping to do because that's where the clutch lever goes in, so we don't want to get paint in there, and of course we don't want to get paint in the other side either. So let me get that sorted. So we've got everything working against us here, so for that reason, warm up your can. It has to be, look, from this kind of distance, it is literally a tack coat. Get the bottoms, because the bottoms, you are absolutely dripping it on from a distance. And that's going to help it adhere. Don't cake it up too much. 5 minutes, we'll do a coat 2. We'll do it the same. We'll do 3 of them, just dripping it on, and then we'll start getting thicker. Then I think I'm going to move to the lacquer. I've got some lacquer straight away today. We'll get it lacquered straight away so it can dry overnight, and it should be quite solid then. Bike's really coming together. So look guys, fresh new seals on that. That's the water pipe. It goes in here like that. I'm going to bolt it straight down. Water pipe hose goes on the end. So all of that bit is kind of done and dusted now, which is great, I think, because the bike's really coming together. I can feel tiny bits of rain, which is going to be really annoying as I'm dusting my paint on over there, and I'm hoping that that works. So let me get this plugged in. I'll get the screws in, and then yeah, we're heading in the right direction. So that coolant bar's back on. What I didn't realise, guys, was how far in. I thought it went right in. So I'm going to have to paint some red onto that and make sure it doesn't stick out as much. Otherwise, that's fine. So all the red's kind of there and together. And that is kind of how it was. It had that red there anyway. I mean, I don't particularly like it. I would have gone black, 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 black. But do you know what? It does have a something to it, actually. It does. There is something to it, and I'm going to do enough black everywhere else, black, 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 to make it okay being black and red. So we're all right with that at the moment. We're all right with that. Right, what's next? I'm still kind of gently dripping paint onto that over there. I think it's going to need some filler. Just in them kind of crackly areas, which is fine. I'll do that. And yeah, what's next? Don't really know. It's tough at this stage, isn't it? Because all of this stuff, like this rear bar, needs to come off. This extra brake light, whatever that is, I don't know what that is, lights up the plate. All of that needs to kind of technically come off. I know what I need to do. I need to find that the rust remedy stuff. That's what I need to do next, and give that a bit of a coat. Try and sort that tank out a bit, and then keep popping over and putting on another layer every 5 minutes. Right, let's have a look at what our coats have kind of raised for us. So you can see that just won't work. So we need to use the filler stuff, which is fine. I'm not the best with it, but I think just put it on, smooth it off, sand it down, paint again. At least get this face as smooth as possible. There's lots of kind of areas that will be a bit tougher. I think I am going to take my time on that and get that done properly. This one's okay, I think we'll get away with it. It's got that tiny notch there, but you'd never really notice. I'm going to leave that as it is. That one's kind of okay. Once that dries, I'm going to drop some silver paint into the Kawasaki. And now I'm just laying some kind of, to do the same thing, to highlight the imperfections, some more paint on this one. Dropping it on gently, and then I will see. I mean, this is all bad. It's going to need, again, that filler, that putty stuff. So I'll get that kind of sorted. It probably will have to dry overnight. It's not something I'll be able to get done today then. But actually, it's good to get done properly. Tiny bit of that filler on there wouldn't hurt either. And then a bit of spray. But I think I want to just get that one done, if I'm being honest. I'd quite like to get a couple of coats of clear on that as well. So I'm going to let that dry. Actually, I don't know. I might chuck it all in the garage and let it all dry properly overnight, and then start fresh tomorrow with it all. That's probably the best thing to do. So of course we're back at the zl600. I think it's really starting to take shape. There are some things I did yesterday which would have been Saturday, but it was probably Sunday or Monday for you in regards to filming. The engine, basically, it's had its red top cover wrinkle coat, whatever you call it, and I thought I'd use that opportunity to do these bits as well. Kind of makes sense. Now my idea would be carbs back in today, I think, and all the coolant hoses back on. Maybe even the radiator back on, although there's a couple of bits in the radiator I want to look at. I want to look at why it wasn't cooling itself down. So I think the switch or the thermostat, which is up in here, which is a bit of a pain to get to, so it might be something we need to look at, although not necessarily the thermostat, more the switch, the temperature control switch on the radiator. I don't know why the mechanic didn't just take it out and put a new one in. As far as I'm aware, they're 20 or 30 quid. And then it controls when the fan comes on, rather than you controlling when the fan comes on. I mean, I don't really get it. But, yeah. So, what's next for me? I'm really struggling with these side covers. There's the Big Daddy. Now, you know, at first glance, it kind of looks okay, but it's not smooth. If you see it here, it's not smooth at all. I really don't know if filler's going to work, but I am going to try some sort of filling and smoothing and then sanding. The main part is the face here, and then little bits down there. I'm basically just going to try my luck with a bit of filler now, and then bits and pieces up here, but they're not that, you know, they're not that important up there hidden away. But basically, the better we can get it, of course, the better. This first cover, I only put some black on yesterday to see what we were working with. That scrape, however that happened, I have no idea. I mean, I can't change that, so I don't know. I might need to try and get a new one. I don't even know if I can. I'm going to have to look for a new one. I think that can't really go back on the bike. And then the other one, where is the last one? I kind of messed with it last night, and I kind of put some roughness in it, and I thought it might be quite cool putting some roughness in it before going into clear coat. But the problem is, it's hard. I mean, I quite like that. I like that silver kind of rough but then no one else would know that it was done on purpose, you see. It would, yeah, it would just look like it's dropped and been scraped. So I'm in two minds. Maybe Jake, let me know what you think. So all I did was painted it, and then I rubbed a chemical over it and roughed over the Kawasaki sign. Now I think it looks cool. I think that could be clear coated today and back on. I could do something similar on the other side, but yeah, I am in two minds. Alright, well, I might leave that to you guys, and Jake, you let me know what you think, and then I'll have to work out that one, which is, what is that? Is that the stator cover? Stator cover, or whatever you'd call it, generator cover. Okay. So next kind of bits for me is, yeah, I am going to mess with some filler on that one and see if I can get it a bit better. Because of the edges here, the filler just wouldn't work on this one. It could be kind of tucked away enough for it not to be a major issue. Maybe a bit of filler and just get that done, because it's so kind of low down, you never really, you'd have to really look. Alright, maybe a bit of filler, get that done. And then of course I was considering painting inside the Kawasaki red, but I think I quite like that there, what happened, so I may attempt to do something similar on that side. Just don't know. I don't know. Right, I'm gonna play with the filler, guys. Let's see if I can do something with this. My next step for today is to get these off both sides. They will be going black, that one and that one. Just scuff them up, black them up, lacquer them up, chuck them back on. Oh, I was doing so well with the rhyming there. Chuck them back on. I'd like to get the carbs on today. I'd like to get all the coolant hoses back on today. What else? And I need to measure the shocks to give me an idea of if the new shocks are appropriate for this bike. That's my kind of aim today. I want to get the little Vespa out, and I want to put my head cam on, take it for a little spin and show you guys that it works perfectly. But it does have a small little, couple of issues here and there. In regards to this bit, I spoke to Daniel this morning, very helpful, thank you Daniel. Yes, the shock is attached to the shaft on here. Now I think on this occasion that I can undo the main bolt there, pop out the shaft, and then I think the gap here might be long enough to slide out these discs. I've got a feeling it's kind of designed like that, so out here, and then I can look at this. I mean, this is the same crap. I don't know if it's paint with a good strong lacquer on it, but it feels a bit stronger. It feels tinny. It's like some sort of fake chrome or something, but it's gone yellowy or goldy. But this is another kind of issue for me now. I need to somehow fully get that smooth, and there's no easy way of doing it. I mean, if this was paint, then probably some nitro moors just straight down to peel it off. I wonder if that would work on the side casing as well. Don't know. One step at a time on this bike, guys. Otherwise, it's overwhelming. So, yeah. So, let me get some of the little filler out, and I'm going to see if I can do something with that. So we're mixed up. Right. So I want to go thin this time. For once in my life, I want to do it properly. Nice and thin. It's quite hard to do it thin. I think that's part of where people struggle. Like, could you scrape some off and then it leaves kind of new marks, but I wonder if that's where the sanding comes into play. That actually looks quite good. That could have done the trick. So I've got bits of filler on them pieces that I was looking at, and I don't really know how long. One says 20 minutes to wait. One says, I don't know what this one says actually. How long till it can be sanded? Allowed to dry for 20 minutes. There you go. Alright, so both can be sanded after 20 minutes. I think for me, I want to get the carb boots on, and ideally the carbs in, so that we're kind of complete from that part. If I can get the lines in as well, that would be perfect. That would really sort me out. And then we're kind of back to a really nice position here on this bike. Looking at the radiator, ideally I'd like to get a new one with a with its thingy in there. I think this one should have 2 prongs, so it's snapped. I think there should be 2 wires coming off that. Although I could be wrong. That goes up to the switch, that goes to there. I don't know what goes to that one actually. Is there one hanging? This is the stuff we need to work out now, because someone's done their bodge. So I'm going to have to get online and see what that looks like. That's basically the coolant control switch. That controls when the fan switches on, because when it knows when it gets too hot basically. Okay, carb boots in, on, and seated, ready for action. So shocks eye to eye, 33 to 34 centimeters. That's good to know, because we need to order some. We've got the black ones in mind. I think they've got a little bit of red, or I don't know if I made that up. Basically the same. I have a second set of shocks in there, which is what Jake saw, but we're doing all this work, we may as well do it properly. Same with the fan being on the switch and stuff. Unless there was some sort of, unless he liked that and wanted to keep it, but that would be ridiculous. If I'm being honest, there'd be absolutely no need to do that. My idea will be a new fan with a new switch. Right, where am I? Where am I? I'm waiting for this rain, yet I checked and it's not meant to rain all day today. And then, look, ridiculous. Where are we? I don't know. I'm going to wait another kind of 5 minutes and I can start sanding off the some of that filler. I think it's going to look much better actually, guys. I think it's manageable now. I don't know about that. I just don't know kind of how it works. You can tell how hard your filler's gone, look, because if you've got a thicker piece here and it's gone good, then you kind of know it's ready to be sanded. I guess you've got to think about what sandpaper you use, how much pressure you use, and so on. So that's it for today, guys. Lots of progress on the zl600. Lots of stuff that takes a really long time. All the paintwork. Engine looks amazing, I think. Looks really good, all of that work. I'm very pleased. Keep tuned to see what we do on the festival. I think there's not much to do. It rides beautifully. I'm going to chuck the battery on charge. But it's smooth as anything, and it's quite nippy as well. It's got to be de-restricted. I'll use some of my compounds on this. I think I'll take the majority of that off. I think my compound will take the majority of this off as well. All of that I think it will take off, and we'll see what we have left. I think the majority of that crap it will take off. A lot of this it might take off. Otherwise, we've got a bike, tyres look brand new. A bike that runs, rides, brakes, has a year's MOT, does everything it needs to do. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this one probably Monday.